Good morning, all of you. Today we discuss on the topic of a transistor connections. In a transistor connections, having a three connections: common emitter, common base, and common collector. Transistor having a three terminal: emitter, base, and collector. Out of three terminal is common in input as well as output. Suppose in case of a common emitter configurations, the emitter is common input as well as output. In case of base is common input as well as output. In case of collector is common input as well as output. So, today we will discuss on the topic of a characteristics of a common emitter connections. According to common emitter connections, show first the diagram. This is the LT. LT means low tension battery. This is the low tension battery is necessary to provide the supply to the base. Low tension battery are used in an input section because the input section is always forward bias. Emitter to base junction is always forward bias, so we have necessary to low tension battery. This is the resistance. It is important things to control the current. Necessary current provide to the base terminal. Then ammeter. This ammeter, it is the purpose for measuring current. The current is a very low as a base sections. So we are using micro ammeters. Then how much voltage across in an input sections? Base to emitter we can easily find out using a voltmeter. Okay, then this is the main part of this circuit is a transistor, and transistor is the heart of every electronic devices. Here is the common emitter transistor. It means that the emitter is common input section as well as output sections. Transistor having the three terminal: emitter, base, and collectors. Normally in a laboratory we have used for practical BC107 transistors are used in an laboratory. So this transistor having a arrow indicate in a downward directions. Arrow indicate means this is the conventional current flowing from forward direction from base to emitter, and due to this transistor is known as a NPN transistors. The transistor having a two types. One is the NPN transistor, another is the PNP transistor. A NPN transistor or PNP transistor identified is the arrow directions. Arrow direction in downward direction, it means that this transistor is the NPN transistor. Arrow indicate in upward direction, it means that the transistor is a PNP transistors. Okay. Then this is the milliammeter. Milliammeter, it is the main purpose how much current passes across in a collector section. We can easily find out using a milliammeter, and this is the unit is milliampere. This is known as voltmeter. Voltmeter, we can easily how much voltage across a output section or emitter to collector section we can easily find out using this voltmeter is equal to VC. This is known as a load or resistance R2. Across the load we can measure the output voltage or output current. Then this is the high tension battery. The high tension battery are used in a circuit we have necessary to break the junctions. Actually base to collector junction is always reverse bias, and this junction is reverse bias. We have necessary to high tension battery connected across the output sections, and this high tension battery break the junction and it is useful for making the amplifications. Okay, this is the circuit diagram of a common emitter connection. Then we have discussed on the topic of a input characteristics and output characteristics. The input characteristics, in an input characteristics we can measure the input current, input voltage, and input resistance are from an input sections. So according to curve we observe that the IB along y axis, VC along x-axis. It means that input voltage along x-axis, input current along a y-axis. At the same time, output voltage remains constant. It means that VC is equal to constant. Say VC is equal to 1 volt. VC is equal to 1 volt. Then in this situation, change in VB. Note down the IP. Output voltage remains constant. Then second, similarly for another voltage, then VC remains constant is equal to 5 volt. Then change in input voltage, note down the input current. Again similarly, change in VC, output voltage remains constant, say 10 volt, 15 volt. And similarly, in an input section, change in input voltage, note down the input current. And all point plot on a graph, and graph are showing in this manner. We observe that up to the 0.7 volt or up to the 0.3 volt, any change in input voltage, there is no change in input current. Because in case of a germanium, transistor goes in active state, we have required minimum 0.3 voltage are required. The transistor goes in a active state. And in case of a silicon diode or silicon transistor, we have minimum required 0.7 volt is required to the transistor goes in active state. We observe that up to the 0.7 volt, any change in VB, there is no change in IP. But beyond the 0.7 volt, beyond the 0.5 volt, beyond the 0.3 volt, then slightly change in VB, means slightly change in input voltage, the large change in input current. So we have seen from this graphical representation, we have calculated the input resistance. The input resistance, it is the ratio of change in input voltage with respect to changing input current at constant output voltage. It means that Ri is equal to del Vb upon del Ib at constant Vc. Means output voltage remains constant, and we observe that the input resistance are very small, is a few hundred ohm. Then we have studied in the output characteristics. In an output characteristics, we observe that input current become a constant. Change in output voltage, note down the output current. Say, suppose IB is equal to 5 microampere. IB is equal to 10 microampere. IB is equal to 15 microampere. This value remains constant. Suppose IB is equal to 5 microampere remains constant. Then change in VC, note down the IC. Up to the 1 volt. Up to the 1 volt, we observe that change in VC, also change in IC. Then after 1 volt, we observe that change in VC, IC remains constant. This is known as a new voltage. And behind new voltage, the transistor goes in a saturation condition. Any change in output voltage, there is no change in output current. As similarly for various input currents, say IB is equal to 10 microampere, IB is equal to 15 microampere, and the graph are showing in this manner. Then from output characteristics, we can easily find out output current, output voltage, and output resistance. Here we observe that we can find out the output resistance. The output resistance, it is the ratio of change in output voltage to change in output current at constant input current. From this conclusion, we observe that the output current is totally depend upon an input current but independent of a output voltage. Input current increases, output current is also increases. Any change in output voltage, but there is no effect on the output current.